welcome to another video of Vibing with Via. Now, not every day you're all in the mood for cooking meat, and you're not all in the mood for cooking a lot of stuff that's gonna keep you in the kitchen forever. Well, guess what? I have the perfect recipe for you. Today, I am going to be using some leftover saltfish that I'd use for breakfast to make a quick meal for dinner, right? So this is some leftover saltfish, and I'm going to be making saltfish mac and cheese, guys. Yes, I'm gonna be baking this in the oven. I know for some persons you're like, are you kidding me? This is the very first time I'm hearing of this, but guess what? Over here we're gonna take our hands, we're gonna make fashion. Jamaican saying, take your hand, make fashion, and we this. Now I'm making this for somebody who really is into blood type eating, type A blood type, and so the truth is, for the most part, they want to avoid certain things and just incorporate those things that they can. So most of the ingredients here are gluten-free. As you can see here, I have the ronzoni gluten-free pasta, and I'm using the penne pasta, which consists of white rice, brown rice, corn, and quinoa. I have some coconut milk. This is going to be substituting for the dairy. If I'm not mistaken, I think this might be the gluten-free edition. If it's not in the Maggi, I think it might be another brand that carries a gluten-free coconut milk. So if you're gluten intolerant, well, definitely you want to follow this recipe as well. I spoke to you in another video about the Cento gluten-free panko Italian style breadcrumbs. Love it. This was awesome on the pork chops, so I'm going to be trying that today for the mac and cheese. And of course I have Dutch Farms. This is one of my favorite, if not the favorite, my favorite brand of cheese, Dutch Farms. Love it. So I have some freshly grated Parmesan here that I'm going to be using. It's an all natural cheese, so I'm gonna go ahead and include this in the recipe. So please note, people, as best as possible, I'm trying to make the recipe as gluten-free as possible too. Okay, so let's see how this turns out. Saucepan with water that's on the stove here, waiting for this to come to a rapid boil so that I can cook the pasta. Water is ready. So we're gonna allow this to come to a boil, and rapid boil, and we're gonna keep this on the stove for about 10 minutes. We're at the 10 minutes mark. Our pasta is cooked, and so we're just gonna start the cooking process pretty much by running it under a little bit of cold water, and of course by washing this off in a colander so that the cooking process will just stop. Okay, all right, so to the saucepan I'm adding the coconut milk, the contents of the coconut milk here, every drop. And I basically just want this to warm up a bit because I'm going to be adding the cheese to this in order to make what is the cheese sauce. I've added a little bit of butter. Now the person that I'm making this for is not a fan of salt, and so for that reason, the less salt the better it is overall. So I'm just gonna do that. In addition, I'm going to be adding some of the Parmesan cheese. Don't want it to be overly cheesy either, because that's another request, that it shouldn't be overly cheesy. So I'm just gonna allow all of this to melt down and be combined. So I'm gonna whisk this together. This is our pot. Let's go in and whisk this all together just to combine it. Very soon we're going to be seeing this thicken, and once it does, we're ready for the next step. Okay, the coconut milk is now coming to a boil. Cook this off a bit. We're going to be adding a little bit of ginger. You know the drill, I cook nothing without ginger. I'm also going to be adding some paprika, just for a little bit of color. Come on. Oh, wasn't open. A little bit of color, right? That's the paprika, and again I'm going to whisk this around quickly just until the coconut milk is cooked. So I'll keep doing this until I believe the coconut milk is ready. could actually smell the cheese coming through too, because you know I put some cheese in it. Look at it, it's thickening up already. A little bit of the cheese. All right. Okay, so I'm just gonna be pouring the pasta in a bowl because it's cooled down a little bit, and right away I'm going to be pouring the coconut milk cheese mixture right over it. Now, can I tell you that one of the things that we know is going to happen for sure is that the pasta is going to be absorbing the liquid. So let's just mix this around. Notice, incorporate it. The pasta is going to be absorbing this liquid. Okay, so this is good. Let's keep mixing this. We have a little bit of butter in it. That's fine. I'm now going to go in and add some of the saltfish. As I said, this is leftover saltfish, so it works perfectly fine. Just try to make sure that in putting this together, you don't get the pimento greens in it. I think I might have had one. Just put my hand in it here, pick this out. Oh, it was a piece of clove. Okay. Just a little bit more saltfish. You have to take your hand make fashion, and you have to find a way to use leftovers. So with this we have no issues now because we're just going to mix this together. What's good is that the saltfish was already cooked, so you know that this was seasoned from before, so there's no need to add a lot of anything else. Oh my goodness, floor, yard and road. Today is Sunday. For the love of God, I'm trying to record too. Anyway, let's go. So we're mixing this together. Would be nice too if we were able to avoid any bones in the saltfish, right? Does this look good? Does this look like it has enough saltfish? I think so. Should have that saltfish flavor. All right, next stop. Going in now with some breadcrumbs. Just get this open. Breadcrumbs. So we don't have a lot of breadcrumbs, guys. We have nothing to worry about because this is already seasoned, which is, you know, what I like. It has that Italian seasoning already. So let's just mix this together as well. The breadcrumbs will of course give it a crust at the top, but it will also ensure that the pasta, the saltfish, everything is held together in the pan or in the baking dish that I'm going to be using. So the dish may come out looking primarily white. That's fine. For a saltfish dish, it's no big deal. Okay, so let's now just spoon this right into our baking pan. No need to add any more butter or anything else for that matter. We just simply need to put this in our pan and allow this to look good. Flatten it out. Make sure that all the corners are taken care of. Choose this. Everything is nice and flat. No additional herbs and spices needed. I'm just going to finish off with some breadcrumbs on the top. Some additional cheese, sprinkle. You want to form that layer of cheese at the top. Like I said, not too much cheese now. Don't need it to be overly cheesy. Just enough for it to have nice nice flavor, right? This looks good. I think this is enough. By the way, you could have used whichever cheese you like. If you wanted to use Asiago cheese, which is a very good one, or Gouda cheese for mac and cheese. Awesome cheese. They melt well. They're nice. Cheddar, mild cheddar, you name it. Up to you. Even provolone, sharp provolone, up to you. All right, this is what it will look like. I'm now going to put it in the oven and allow this to bake until the top is golden brown. By the way, you want to make sure that this is uncovered, okay? I should have mentioned that. Allow it to remain uncovered while it's baking. So maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, watch it. Just take a look at it occasionally just to make sure that, you know, it's not burning and it basically gets to the color that you are desirous of. I don't need mine to be overly brown. I just want it to form a nice little crust on the top. So boom, watch this bake.
We vibing with Via.